Hey there, welcome to the Online Business Mastermind channel. I'm Roberta West, and today we're talking about something that you might kind of have a good idea, but maybe you're not super clear about the 5 phases in your course launch. And I want to give you kind of this overview as well as what my experience as a project manager is in regards to how much time you should allocate to each of those phases so you don't get stuck. So if you're interested in growing your digital business, just make sure you subscribe to this channel. I've been talking all about launching mini courses, workshops, memberships, everything digital to grow your business and your offers. Now, you probably know about launching. You know some things about launching. There are so many different strategies out there. There's challenges, webinars. There's just so many ways to launch your course. And when we say launch, we're talking about a live launch. Usually, like, it's not an evergreen or something that you just put it out there and let people buy. You're talking about a live launch. So you open cart and you close cart. That's an important distinction when we talk about launches, and it's probably the first thing you want to get clarity on. The second thing is we tend to focus so much in what we like to do as course creators. Obviously, you are the expert and you want to spend as much time as possible perfecting your course. This is the creation phase, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But one of the reasons I wanted to put together this video is to tell you that maybe this is one of the reasons why you haven't launched yet, and probably why you are stuck and overwhelmed, kind of thinking about your launch in the entirety. So let's go and review the 5 phases really quickly, and I'll give you a little bit more about the time frame that I think is ideal or adequate to each of the phases, okay? So the first phase is the offer. In the offer phase, we're really creating what is the benefit, what is the promise, what is the product that we're launching, what is the course, what are the kind of people we want to attract, and we're going to be better tutors or better instructors for. So you're going to talk about your ICA, their pain points, and their dreams, right? How are you going to help them? And the offer setup, so not just the name of the course and how many modules and the price, but the offer, like what are the stack of bonuses, prices, modules, or support, like your Facebook group if you have one, what you're creating to support your students so they can get the promised results. So the offer is everything. It goes into marketing, how you're going to market that offer, and so on. In this phase, and this is the second longest phase that I recommend you take your time. You know, sometimes we have an idea and we're like, this is a pretty good idea. This is a great topic. Nobody's doing that. And we rush into creation when in fact, troubleshooting how you're going to sell it. What is the main message? What is the overall offer? It's so much more important. It's going to save you so much headaches down the line. So many course creators get frustrated that their launch don't perform, that they don't sell as much as they wanted. And when in fact, the problem is right at the beginning. Do you have clarity on what your offer is and how you're going to promote that offer and how you're going to set it up so people understand the benefit and join you in? Okay, so the offer part is very, very important. I would even add to this phase kind of a rough outline. It kind of goes together. So a rough outline of your modules, of your course, of your bonuses, it all goes in there. We're also talking about the strategy, since it's a marketing product match in there. So make sure that you know and you have clarity on what is the strategy you're using for your course launch. Are you launching with webinars or challenges? What you're doing to promote, and where your ICA, your ideal customer avatar, is hanging out. Okay, once we determine your special offer, we're gonna go into the favorite offer, the favorite stage, which is the course creation. you do in the past few months or years, it's been more traditional to create the course and then launch it with a webinar and so on. Also, you have the option at this phase to say, you know what, I am not sure if this idea is something that people want, or if I know exactly, or I want to create with people in my course. So you can pre-sell, meaning you're going to have a really good idea of what your course is and how you're going to create, but you're not going to fully create until after your launch. Regardless, this is the creation phase, and it should not take that long for you, especially if you're using templates or other assets to help you kind of create this course quickly. But is the phase that we tend to spend the most amount of time because we love it. We are teachers. We want to spend all our time creating a perfect product. Now, the next phase is the most important in terms of the time commitment, and probably where you're gonna get really stuck is the assets phase. In the assets phase, you're creating all the marketing assets, all the marketing materials, everything that's gonna really communicate what your course is about and is gonna do and make the sale for you. So when you think about it, in the past, if we are offering services or face-to-face product, we are there. We are doing this pitch. We're talking to people. In the digital launch, you don't have the ability to talk to everybody face-to-face. Therefore, your sales page, your emails, your social media, promo content, those are doing the heavy lifting for you in terms of carrying your message and convincing and getting all the questions answered for your ideal client. So it's very important. And you know what? We usually just tend to shove this to like the last week or so, and then no wonder we kind of struggle so much with it. It's also not second nature. It's not something that we just know how to write a really good, convincing email. So it takes some time to get used to it. I would assign the longest period of time that you can to this phase so you can really troubleshoot. For my latest launch plan in a day, I took 3 weeks to just hammer the sales page. Just the sales page. 3 weeks, like working nonstop, weekends, really getting deep into what the sales page is and how I wanted to convey that message in terms of the design and so on. So if this is your first launch, make sure you put a lot of effort and a lot of energy into those marketing assets. They are your salespeople. Okay, the most important thing. You want to launch and you want to sell, otherwise nobody's going to know how great of a course you have. The final phase, the fourth phase, is the pre-launch. So pre-launch is something that's getting a lot of visibility. It can be your list building, but also pre-launch is like this time right before you launch that you're actively talking about your pain points. You're growing your launch list. You're getting people that are interested in what you're going to sell. So you don't have it open for sale yet, but you're starting to hint and you're starting to get people interested in the product you're selling. Very important. It determines a lot of what your success is going to be like, because it's how you warm up people to the idea of your product or your course. So this phase is a lot of social media, a lot of emails, just communicating. And if you do lives or have a YouTube channel like me, this is where you're going to be preparing people to hear your message. If you have any questions or if you want a guide to it, I have promo plan in a day together with launch plan in a day. This is a nice combo that you can get, and I'm going to post a link below this video. Okay. So now just make sure you subscribe, hit the bell if you want to hear anything else about launching, making sure that your course is out there. I'm here to help. Now, for the final one, we have the launch schedule. So your actual launch. And it starts when you open cart or when you start your launch specific activity, your strategy. So if you are starting with a challenge, perhaps your launch starts a few days before you open cart. So on day 4, for example, of your challenge, you're going to open your cart and get people in and announce to the world that you are open for business and your course is out there. The second date that you can have is a webinar. Perhaps you're launching with a webinar. You're going to start an hour earlier. When you pitch during the webinar, that's your cart open date. In general, course launches take from 5 to 10 days. More than that, it gets really complicated, and you probably need a lot of energy to maintain this kind of heavy routine. You can have several lives, several conversations with people. You're going to be doing your thing during this time, but it's the shortest amount of time, but it's go time. My advice to you is make sure you don't have anything else scheduled. It's a lot more draining than you expect. It's a lot more work than you expect. And believe me, people are gonna need this energy to be through the roof. So you gotta be on your best, most exciting self, because guess what? If you don't believe in your product, who's gonna believe it? Who's gonna buy it, right? So those are my 5 kind of quick overall steps in the process. I hope that helped you kind of clarify where you should put your time, how you should structure. And again, if you need more help, I have Launch Plan in a Day. It's only $37 and you can get my entire framework done for you, okay? It's right below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. We have a lot more coming to help you launch your digital product. Thank you.